I wanted to address a couple of questions that some brother gorillas have asked. Uh, if a question is asked, if it's about something, a topic that I don't have any experience on, I'll let you know that, or I won't address it until I find, until I get to talk to whomever it is I have in mind that I know is more familiar with the topic than myself. I'm not going to just give you information that I've regurgitated from Googling or some nonsense like that. Anything that I tell you is something I know from personal, first-hand experience. Now, I may do a little bit of research, which it ain't going to be much and it ain't going to be often, but I may do a little bit just in support of it, so that there's, just backup validation for anybody that might want to go and find out more themselves. It gives you a starting point and a place to go, how to approach it. In this case, it's not really necessary. I had I guess a younger gorilla, I'm sure he's younger than me, and he commented he wanted to know, he's a smaller guy. With all the information that's out there, it's confusing to him. He's overwhelmed by it all, and he wants to get in gear, put some size on, but he doesn't know where to start or how to start. Now, although I am certain that I've covered all of this in previous videos, ad nauseum, in my opinion, I also understand that it may be a lot to piece together, and it's hard for me to remember when I first started out that far back how it felt, so I'm sure it can be overwhelming. So just very quickly, for his sake here, I'm going to just give you a brief overview, just kind of a little bit of instruction as to what I would do if I knew better and was just beginning today. First thing you're going to have to do, man, is you're going to have to start eating. You got to eat. You got to eat until the scale moves. The weight scale. You need a scale. Normally, I don't care about the scale. It's not important. It's irrelevant. It's not really going to give you any indication of what you're going to look like. The only time, other than what I'm going to tell you, when the scale is useful is if it's used in conjunction with body fat percentage measurements, which you're going to see me doing as I get deeper into this diet, and we're going to do it every 2 weeks, and you're going to see it happen so you can see the changes in my body. Yeah, so I'm going to bear it all, good, bad, and ugly, and show you, how what I do is even working on me. But for right now, for this fellow, in his circumstance, the only thing the scale can do for you, brother, is to let you know when the food is sufficient, that you've gotten to the point, you've reached the point that there's enough caloric surplus that you're gaining weight. And that's where you got to go. You got to see the scale move. What that's going to do is that's going to give you a number. That's going to give you an idea, calorically, in totality, calories, where you need to be to begin to gain weight. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that get the scale to move and that's all going to be muscular gain. I'm not telling you that at all. What I'm telling you is, if you're an ecto and you're really skinny, take what you can get right now. Not saying that you should just blow up and become fat. But what I am saying is, you got to have a number to start from. You got to have an idea. You don't have to. There's a million ways to do it. But in my opinion, from where you are today, the most efficient way to go about it is to get a weight scale. It doesn't even have to be fucking accurate. It can be a busted scale. It only has to be, whatever its problem is, it has to be able to reproduce that problem every time you step on it. If it's always off by the same percentage or whatever, if it's always a couple pounds light or a couple pounds heavy, doesn't matter. Don't change it. Don't mess with it. Stick with what you got. It's just a tool, okay? Just a tool right now. So you start to turn up that eating, turn up those calories, watch that scale. You got to eat until scale moves. That's the very first hurdle. The first hurdle you got to meet, that you got to get over, is the scale has to move. The body weight has to increase. Must. Once the body weight begins to increase, now you know about where you need to be, total calories in the course of a day, for you to be able to make that happen. And that's regardless of what you're trying to gain. Now, you may have to, once you know that number of calories, you start to look at the gain and assess, what have I gained here? What's the quality of these gains, of the weight that I've gained? That's when you're going to start to switch up your macros, rearrange things so that you want to try and promote more of a muscular gain than a fat gain. Okay? Now, if you're really, really skinny, not even going to say lean, if you're skinny, you can stand some gain. Okay? When I first started, I needed the scale to move, and it didn't matter because my metabolism was too fast. You're not going to go from 0 to obese. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to go from being skinny to just being fat overnight like that. That's not going to happen. There's no fear of that happening. So the first hurdle to meet and the first conquest you must ascertain is the movement of the scale in upwards ascension. The scale has to, the fucking body weight has to go up. So eat until the scale moves. That sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? Eat until the scale moves. If you think of it that way, it's going to cut out a lot of confusion. Eat until the scale moves. And then you got to work out. Now, initially, when you first start working out, you can literally get away with doing almost anything. You can almost do anything. But if you want to be most effective and efficient, I would say initially, as a beginner, you don't need to spend a whole lot of time in the gym. You just don't. Now, yeah, there are guys that promote spending an hour and a half in the gym, 2 hours. You know, they're not worried about cortisol and all this. Yeah, well, I'm not really hella worried about that either. But what I am worried about for a lot of you guys, depending on your particular circumstances, if you can go an hour and a half or 2 hours, in my opinion, from a bodybuilding standpoint, if you're interested in hypertrophy, if that's your number one priority above all else, your intensity level isn't there. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, any of you guys out there, if you train side by side with me, forget about on Sundays the videos you see, where I'm just socializing and hanging out and I'm doing a little this and a little that. It ain't all about me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not there to try to shoot a video just about what I'm doing. But now you come down and train with me and actually work out with me, keep pace with me. You know, set for set, rep for rep, but at your own level. But just keep pace with this old man. And you're going to find out very quickly that you aren't going to have anything left. You're not going to be in that gym no 2 hours. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to be, you're not going to be able to maintain that level of intensity for 2 hours. And then the only other thing I go by is, myself, I go by glycogen. I can hold a hell of a load of glycogen in my body. I can hold a lot of glycogen. And I know how to hold it. And I know how to fill up. And when I get into the gym, if I even get close to where I feel I'm running out of glycogen, I know I've been in there too long. I'm not telling you to do that because it takes time and experience. And things get different as you get older, and the longer you do it, you got to be a little more trickier. You got to get a little trickier. Right now, you can probably get away with a whole lot of stuff. Just starting out, you can get away with a lot of stuff. But I wouldn't be in the gym all day long, especially just starting out. Stick to the basics. I wouldn't do a whole bunch of isolation stuff just starting out. Just starting out, I would stick to the basic, tried and true compound movements. All right? I would break my body up. I mean, it depends how much time you have, how frequently you can get into the gym. You could begin just starting, break your body up in half. And, do upper body one day, lower body one day. Well, however the hell you want to do it, it almost doesn't even matter. You don't want to be in there every single day. That's for damn sure. You got to have days to rest. You do not build muscle in the gym. No human being has ever built an ounce of muscle in the gym. You are in the gym damaging the body. You're tearing that muscle down in the gym. Then if you do what you're supposed to do outside of the gym, that's when you grow. The muscle heals and adapts and grows outside of the gym. The only thing you do in the gym is provide the stimulus for that reaction. And you just do that by just beating the shit out of the muscle and damaging it. That's basically it. It sounds very simple. When you first start out, it is very simple. And almost anything you do is going to end up being productive in the beginning. So the beginning, it depends on if you can't stay out of the gym. Like a lot of people get addicted to it. They love it. It's a new thing. They can't stay out of the gym. They want to be in that gym all the time. Okay, so be it. You want to be in there all the time. Break your body up into, just starting out, I would say don't do any more than every other day. I would train every other day. I wouldn't even train in consecutive days. I wouldn't even do like a 3 on, 1 off, 4 on, 1 off. I wouldn't even do that. Just beginning, I would maybe do every other day until your cycle is complete. And the cycle is going to be how long it takes you, how many days to work your entire body. So break your body up. so that when you're in there, you're working parts of your body, okay? You try and lump these parts together that make some kind of sense. And also, you want to begin at the beginning of the week. Whenever your cycle or your rotation starts, the beginning of the week, you want to start out with your biggest muscles first. You want to work largest to smallest, okay? You would absolutely never go into the gym today and beat up your shoulders and your triceps and your biceps, and then come behind that your next workout and think you're going to bench, right? Not with any kind of mindset that you're hoping to promote some hypertrophy, okay? That's not what you're going to do, because you're going to be limited, because your triceps are all already all beat up, your shoulders are already all beat up, and you're going in there and asking too much to happen. It's not going to happen that way. Go into the gym, and if you're going to do chest your first day of the rotation, whatever you're going to do, if it's legs, whatever. If it's legs, then your first exercise might want to be squats. If you do not know how to squat, then you can think what you want of it. I wouldn't diminish it any. It's still an exercise. It's still going to work. You're still going to learn from it. You're still going to develop decent form. Squat with dumbbells. Squat with dumbbells, if that's what you got to do. If you're self-conscious about that, then you're already in the wrong place at the wrong time. You got to get in there and do your thing, right? Even if it's home. If it's home, whatever it is. So if you're not used to squatting, you don't know how to squat yet, you can't get that form down, all right? But you want to get started, then start with dumbbells. That will actually keep your back straight if you hold them down at your sides. You squat straight down, have one on each side of your foot, on each foot, squat straight down, grab them, keep back up straight, squat with the dumbbells, up and down like that, right? All the way up and all the way down. One dumbbell in each hand. Do your squats like that. And initially, just starting out, I would do high reps. I would do probably, just starting out, I would probably do, my first set would be something really light, see if I could do 20 reps. And then maybe my second set would be, the pyramid. My second set would go up in weight and come down in reps. And I would do that until I got to a weight where I could barely get 8 or 10. And I would do a couple sets with 8 or 10. And then that's it for my squatting, I think, starting out. And then if you want to go behind that now and do some kind of quad work like leg extensions or something, which people decry them, say they're bad for your knees. Well, you know what? I tore an ACL, never had it repaired, complete tear, rehabbed it in 2 years, and I still do leg extensions and always never had a problem with my knees, but I have outstanding quad development. Plenty of sweep. There are guys that say nobody has too much sweep. I have awesome sweep, a lot of sweep. And that's what I've always done. I love leg extensions. You might want to do leg extensions. You might want to do a lying leg curl if you've got a lying leg curl. As crazy as it sounds, a lot of gyms today don't even have a lying leg curl anymore. They only have like a seated leg curl, which I think is shit. If it's all you got, I think it blows. In conjunction with another exercise, it's fine. If all you got is a seated leg curl, sit up and do that with your hams, and then maybe do stiff legs. And again, you can do that with dumbbells. The dumbbells in front of you this time, right? And you're holding them down almost like you're going to touch your damn toes with it. And the thing is, you want to feel it pull on those hamstrings and the ass. You want your hamstrings and your glutes, depending on what you're really trying to work most. You can move. You can bend the knees a little bit more, a little bit less. Stick your butt out behind you, pull it in a little bit. Change your positioning and your posture enough, and you will change where you place the accent on the muscles. All right? So do some research. Google, learn how to do some of these exercises. But leg day, maybe do something like that. Back day, I'm a big deadlift believer. You can start out deadlifting, and you could do the same thing with the deadlift. You could do that with, there's no reason to do it with dumbbells. I would do it with a bar. If you want to start out on a Smith machine, you're just starting out, try to get your form down, because the actual Smith machine, in some instances, can help develop decent form, because when you pull that bar off the hooks, or you don't even put it on hooks, just let it go down to its bottom, all the way at bottom. When you grab it, you can lean back on your heels. It'll force you to lean. You can get away with shit that you might not be as stable doing with free weight initially. So a guy just starting out from zero, maybe I might look at that Smith machine and start out there. But as quickly as you can, move away from those kind of exercises and get to things with the bar. Get to things with not the Smith machine, but with the free weight bar. All this kind of stuff. Like real back squats, like real deadlifts, as quickly as you can. But you're going to get the main gist of it. You're going to get sorer than hell from this, no matter almost how you do it. Okay, maybe on chest day, I like bench. If you're afraid to tear your shoulders up or you don't want to bench press with a bar, bench press with dumbbells. Dumbbells are just fine for the bench. Do your dumbbells, then maybe do some kind of an incline, maybe a fly movement, something like that. Stay away from machines right now. Don't worry about that right now. Just get the free weight in there, the strength movements, basically, the compound stuff. And then you want to have an arm day, that's fine. You could either do your biceps when you do back, afterwards. I think that might be much for a beginner, or triceps behind chest. Maybe much for a beginner. I think instead I would have a separate day, and I would do superset biceps against triceps, on my arm day. Superset bis and tris. In other words, set of curls, and then as soon as you stop a set of curls, a set of something with a dumbbell. Beginner just starting out, I love a big dumbbell, both hands around the dumbbell, throw it up behind your head and press it up and down behind your head, right? I like that exercise a lot. Seated, back up nice and straight against something. I think that's a good way to go. I like that. Again, I would say kind of stay away from cables. You're going to see tons of guys all over doing cables, press downs, all this shit, rope pulls. But look at their motherfucking arms. Look at their arms. Let's keep it real. Yeah, there's a time and place for all that. I do a lot of it, but you can bet your ass that I paid my dues doing a whole lot of heavy free weight shit. So just starting out, I think that's where you need to be. Weight is, the actual poundages are irrelevant. The weight is relative as far as what's heavy to whom. You know what I'm saying? So don't just have some number already, this preconceived notion in your head that if I can't move this much weight, I'm not doing shit. No, don't buy into that. It depends the extent of demand you're placing upon these muscles. However it takes to get there. That's what matters. All right? What's heavy is heavy to you. This is an individual thing. This ain't basketball or football or baseball, okay? Or even, mixed pairs, tennis or some shit. No. This is you against you. It's what's heavy to you. It's not what's heavy, when you look at another man. It's not what he has, what would be heavy to him or not heavy to him. It's what's heavy to you. Are you trying to build his body or are you trying to build your body? Now, a lot of guys, that may sound ridiculous, but a lot of guys, they fail to make progress or make the progress they could because they can't get by that mental barrier. They're worried about this man. They're trying to build his body by lifting his weight. So they're sacrificing their own shit. They're not building their physique because they can't just be. I think it was Bruce Lee who said the greatest, what did he say? Self-consciousness is the greatest hindrance to the proper execution of all physical technique. And that's way true. So I hope that helps some. Get the scale moving. Yeah, you need protein. Muscle's made out of protein. The only way you're going to get it in is to put it in your body. It's the bricks that build the protein. It's the bricks that build the muscle. All right? The bricks that build the protein are amino acids. The only way they get in the body is from you eating them. So you're going to have to eat that protein. There's no two ways about that. You can eat it. Tuna fish is a staple. I rinse my tuna fish because I don't like all the sodium. Even in water, I rinse it. But you know what? I didn't do that for many, many years and I grew like a weed. So you don't have to do that. You can do, cans of tuna, shit. You can eat crackers. You can eat all kinds of shit just starting out. Especially if you're a skinny guy. You can eat all kinds of shit. Just starting out, just eat. Just eat. That's what it's about. Get the scale moving. All right? Once you got the scale moving, have a rough idea of the calories you need every day to make that happen, now try and change it up a little and eat better. You understand? But first, get the calories up. Eat calorically dense shit. Then you're going to have to find ways to get that number, but maybe with a little bit clean enough so you're not going to eventually end up fat, right? Anyway, I hope that helps. Keep it simple. That's my best piece of advice I can give you, man. Is keep it simple and stay honest and true to yourself and what you're out to do. Don't worry about the next guy behind you in the mirror or whoever. Don't worry about that guy. You're in competition with you. All right? Do your workout. Build your muscle. You're the one you do the work for yourself and you're the one that'll enjoy the benefits. All right, so that's it. If you have any questions, if I haven't said something that you need to hear, it's either because it may not be true, no matter how badly you want to hear it, or I may have just overlooked it because we all fall short, and I damn sure fall short, so let me know and I'll try and make up for it. All right, so that's it for this time. I will catch you guys later. Have an awesome evening, and Good luck. And I'll tell you something else. Never give up. Never give up, man. Don't get impatient. Don't give up. That body is going to house you. You're going to walk around in that body the rest of your life, however long or short that may be. Maybe a hell of a lot longer than you anticipate. So it doesn't have to become overnight, what you want it to be. You got a lifetime to do it. You understand what I'm saying? You got a lifetime to do it, and it's still going to be worthwhile and valuable to you however long it takes you. So get busy, do your thing, and don't quit, don't give up, and don't let anybody place any limitations on you. Don't accept that bullshit. Do your thing and find out for yourself. That's how you find out. Don't let somebody predict for you what's going to happen. Do your thing and find out.